Whispers in the dark, the enduring mystery of dragons. Dragons. The very word evokes a sense of wonder and awe. They are creatures of myth and legend, fire-breathing beasts that have captured our imaginations for centuries. From the ancient civilizations of the East to the medieval kingdoms of the West, dragons have played a powerful role in our stories and beliefs. But where did these mythical creatures come from? What inspired the human mind to conjure up such fantastic beings? The origins of dragons are shrouded in mystery, lost to the mists of time. Some scholars believe that they may have been inspired by real-life creatures, such as crocodiles, snakes, or even dinosaurs. Others suggest that dragons are a manifestation of our deepest fears and desires, symbols of the untamed forces of nature and the unknown. Whatever their origins, dragons have left an indelible mark on human culture. They are found in the mythology and folklore of countless cultures, from the soaring dragons of Chinese legend to the fearsome wyverns of European lore. Their images adorn ancient artifacts, their stories are told and retold through generations, and their enduring presence in our world speaks to the power of these mythical beasts to captivate our imaginations and inspire our dreams. So join me now as we embark on a journey into the world of dragons, exploring their history, their mythology, and their enduring legacy in human culture. Ancient echoes, tales from the dawn of dragons. The earliest known depictions of dragons come from ancient China, where these mythical creatures have been a part of the cultural landscape for over 7,000 years. In Chinese mythology, dragons are benevolent beings associated with good fortune, prosperity, and the life-giving forces of water and weather. They are often depicted as serpentine creatures with 4 legs and claws, long whiskers, and the ability to control the elements. Moving westward, we encounter dragons in the mythology of ancient Mesopotamia, where they were viewed as fearsome creatures representing chaos and destruction. One notable example is Tiamat, a monstrous goddess often depicted as a multi-headed dragon who represents the primordial chaos that existed before creation. Ancient Egypt also had its share of dragon-like creatures such as Apep, a serpent-like deity who embodied chaos and darkness. Apep was believed to lie in wait for the sun god Ra each night, attempting to devour him and plunge the world into eternal darkness. These ancient depictions of dragons highlight the diverse roles these mythical creatures played in different cultures. While some saw them as benevolent protectors, others viewed them as harbingers of chaos and destruction. A kaleidoscope of serpents, dragons around the world. Dragons are not confined to any one part of the world. They appear in the mythology and folklore of cultures across the globe, each with its unique interpretations and variations. In European folklore, dragons are typically depicted as large reptilian creatures with wings, 4 legs, and the ability to breathe fire. They are often portrayed as fearsome guardians, hoarding treasure and terrorizing villages. Think of the fire-breathing dragon Smaug from J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit, or the sly and cunning dragon from the legend of St. George. In contrast, Japanese dragons, much like their Chinese counterparts, are often seen as benevolent creatures associated with water, rain, and good fortune. They are typically depicted as serpentine beings with 4 toes on each foot, unlike the 3-toed Chinese dragons. These examples demonstrate the fascinating diversity of dragon lore around the world. Each culture has adapted the image of the dragon to fit its own unique beliefs and storytelling traditions, resulting in a rich tapestry of myths and legends. From fear to fantasy, the shifting image of dragons. The perception of dragons has evolved over time, shifting from creatures of pure terror to more complex figures in literature and mythology. In medieval Europe, dragons were often portrayed as embodiments of evil and chaos, representing the dangers that lurked in the unknown. They were the antagonists in heroic tales, challenging knights and saints in epic battles that symbolized the struggle between good and evil. The legend of St. George slaying the dragon is a prime example of this archetype. However, during the Renaissance and Enlightenment periods, the image of the dragon began to shift. Dragons became less about pure terror and more about wonder and fascination. They were increasingly featured in stories not just as monstrous adversaries, but as complex characters with their own motivations and desires. This shift in perception paved the way for the dragons we see in modern fantasy literature, where they can be fearsome foes, wise mentors, or even loyal companions.